Hey guys, what is going on? It is your boy Apogee today, bringing you a brand new video. In today's video, we are playing some Infinite Warfare, but it's actually not going to be an Infinite Warfare gameplay. It's actually going to be my first ever cut comm on this YouTube channel. We're going to be talking about probably one of my favorite life experiences. Now, I've had a bunch of good experiences, like everyone has, obviously, but this literally has to be the best experience of my life because I just had so much fun. It was what I've always wanted to do in my life. I've never done anything like this before. It was going to Xgames, watching the Call of Duty LAN. Now, I know what you guys are saying. Oh, you're such a nerd. You're going there to watch the LAN. Yes. Yes, I am a nerd. You guys ever seen Fizzy, which obviously you guys have because he's been on my channel. He actually went with me to experience this too. We went to Xgames. We went to the Call of Duty Advanced Warfare LAN there. It was so cool. I got to meet Scumpy. I got to meet all these people, but I don't want to spoil this. Let's get right into the... So I was just graduating my 8th grade year, right? A couple months before, my dad's like, hey, I got some tickets for Xgames from his work, of course. Because Xgame tickets, I'm pretty sure, are really expensive, so I don't think he would take all of us if it wasn't from work. So we got into the place, right? We got into Xgames. But yeah, it's like this huge contraption place wherever you get to go, like, walk around. You get to see all the skateboarders, dirt. I don't think there's dirt bikes, but there's like BMX. You guys know. And so anyways, we wanted to go into the LAN where the Call of Duty stuff was, but it actually turns out that you had to buy extra. It was like extra passes. Actually, hold on, I have it right. Here's a pass that you needed that we actually ended up buying. They sold out of them, and so we were like super upset because we walked in and they're like, oh yeah, you need this extra pass. That's really, like, that's honestly BS because you shouldn't need a pass if you already paid it for the entire X game. I thought it was really dumb, honestly, because we almost weren't able to get in, but luckily there was some guys there that had extra things, and so my dad bought them. It was like $25 a piece. So it was just me and Blake because my parents didn't want to go in, of course, and my sisters didn't want to go in. And so they'd walked around, they had fun there, but we went in and it was so hot outside. It was like unbelievable. It had to be like in the 90s, possibly the hundreds. I'm not sure. It was like early June, so it was just super hot outside though. So we walked in, it was super cool. The venue looked awesome. So they had the main stage up front. We were driving already for a good amount of the day. We had to drive down to Austin. It was like 5 hours, which is absolutely insane. But we finally got down there. We started really early in the morning. It was like 6. And we got down there at like 10:30, I want to say, to the hotel. We actually got to the X Games at 11. So anyways, when we walked in, it was like super air conditioned. It was like really nice. And so we hopped into the side stations, played a little bit of AW because I don't think the game started till 12. So we did that, walked outside, looked around. We saw there was actually a scuff booth, which was super cool. And I'll get later into that in the video, but there was a cool scuff booth. And we went over there, checked out all the scuffs. They had literally every team that was playing there. They have every team scuff, which is so dope. It was literally awesome. We got to try out all the scuffs. We got to like hold them. And they were like, surprisingly, they felt really comfortable. Like, I didn't think they were going to be comfortable with the paddles, but they are actually so amazing. And so anyway, so I don't remember the first match that was on. I think it was like TK and someone else, actually, when TK was relevant. It was TK and someone else. I'm not sure who it was, honestly, though. I couldn't be 100% sure. But I remember it was TK and someone else. It was the first match that we watched. And it was like absolutely insane. It was like super cool. And so we were like watching the match and everything. And next thing you know, we saw Michael Condre sitting in the stands. I'm going to show a video right here. It's kind of stalkerish, I know, but I had to take a video. This is, guys, you have to understand, this is the developer of Call of Duty Advanced Warfare. Now, not many people liked Advanced Warfare, obviously, but this was the developer. Like, you guys have to understand, like, I had to do this. This is, like, my favorite COD at the time. Even though not many people liked it, I absolutely loved it. And so this is my favorite COD at the time, and I got to meet the developer. I saw him, and so I was, like, super pumped out. And so I was like super pumped like to go meet him. I went up to him, took pictures. You know, we got to talk to him a little bit. We told him that, hey, we love the game. We talked about some of the guns, and we actually talked about the nerfing of like the bow. Like we talked about a little bit, but I mean, I'm not saying we had any say of it, of course not. But we talked about just a lot of cool things about the game and how we loved it. And so we actually almost ended up being able to 1v1 him. I was like, hey, do you want to play some 1v1 on AW? He's like, I don't think that would be fair. And so I was like, I bet. You know me, I'm like, I've been grinding this game since day one. I'm about to smack you in a 1v1. I don't care if it's your own game or not. But he ended up actually having to go to some meetings, so that's kind of unfortunate. But hey, I got to meet him. I mean, that was so cool. That was so awesome that I got to meet him. It was like 2 o'clock, and so we went out of the booth to get something to eat. And then my dad actually ended up buying, well, my dad bought me Optic gaming shirt, and it came with the free MLG hat, which was so dope. It was actually not an Optic gaming shirt. It was actually a Nade Shot shirt. I'll throw some pictures up, but it's actually a Nade Shot shirt, and I got an MLG hat, which was awesome. I was so happy I got it because I didn't think I was going to get it, but my dad was like, you know what? let's buy it. And I was like, oh, yo, that's so lit. I think you guys have seen that shirt in one of my videos, but I'm not quite sure if you have. I think I've worn it, but it's gotten a little small on me. It's gone through the dryer or anything, but it's lasted like 2 years, so super awesome shirt. I loved it. That is still to this day my favorite shirt, even though I can't wear it because it's so small. Anyway, so we got the shirts, and so we walked in, we had them on, we had our Nate Shot shirt on, or I had my Nate Shot shirt on, Blake got like an Optic gaming shirt. So we walked in, I had my Nate Shot shirt on, he had his Optic gaming shirt that his dad bought him, and we had our MLG hats on, we had our lanyards around our neck, we were like pimping out, it was so dope. We walked in, and next thing you know, there is my boy Swanee. He plays on Splice now, I believe. I think he plays on Splice or Millennium, but at the time he was playing for Optic Nation. If you guys ever remember that, probably not, but you guys might remember that whenever he played on Optic Nation. We saw my boy Swanee. We got to take a couple pictures with him. He was like, oh, sick shirts, mate. And I was like, yeah, I was like, oh my gosh, bro, this is my boy Swanee. I watched all Nate Shot's vlogs. I would always see Swanee in the videos. He was like coolest. He had the coolest British accent. It was just so dope to meet him. And so that was honestly, like, whenever I saw him, I was like, okay, I think we're going to meet a lot of people. And so we ended up meeting him. We ended up meeting Replays. We ended up seeing, who else did we see? We saw Attach. Oh, this was all within like 10 minutes of each other. We saw Attach, Replays, Swanee. It was super dope. It was so cool. And I was like, oh my gosh. And we were waiting. So it was like, by this time it's like 4:30-ish, maybe. No, it was like 4-ish. So it was like about 2 hours after. My parents are like, all right, we got to go. It's super hot. You know, your sisters are tired. I was like, Mom, Optic Gaming hasn't played yet. We saw FaZe play. We saw Denial, but we haven't seen Optic Gaming. I was like, Mom, you have to let us stay. I was like, we have to watch Optic. Like, imagine going to a LAN event and not seeing your favorite team. Like, it would be super cool, but like, you'd be kind of upset, right? So I was like, Mom, we have to watch Optic Gaming play. And she's like, okay, well, we'll give you guys another 2.5 hours. I was like, bet. And so we stayed around for like another 2.5 hours, I want to say. And so we waited, and finally Optic Gaming came on. I was like, yeah. And at the end of the beginning, I forgot who they played. I think they played like, I honestly don't remember who they played. This is really vague, but I remember seeing them play. No, wait, hold up. Rewind. I'm not doing this. So it's like, Mom, we have to see Optic Gaming play. Like, this is my favorite team ever. We have to see them play. Like, please let us stay. She was like, okay, you know what? We'll let you stay for another 2 hours. We're going to go back to the hotel, drop your sisters off, and then we're going to come back in 2 hours and pick you up. I was like, all right. So we staying around. It was like another hour went by. Optic Gaming was up next. And next thing you know, we see my boy Scump. Next thing you know, we see my boy Scump walk into the building. I was like, oh. I was like, no way. I was like so hyped. I was like, let's go. Like, he has this whole crowd around him. There's the picture I have is really bad, but there's a whole crowd around him. And I was the first one to go up to him. I was like, yo, Scump, I love your videos, man. I'm a huge fan. I was like, I'm going to let all my fanboy. I've been waiting so long to see you. I'm so hyped. And so I let all of it out, and he was laughing. And then he signed my hat, which was so dope. I still have that hat, which is awesome. He signed my hat. And then I was going to get a picture with Crimsix, but he didn't want any of it. He just went straight back to the players' lounge. So I kind of understand. He's kind of preparing for the game. So I was like, all right, yeah, that's all cool. But we got Scump, and then we got Hex also. We got a picture with him. It was super cool. It was an awesome experience. Then we got to see him play after. I know they won the match. I forgot who they played, though, like I said. But yeah, I forgot who they played, but they won, which was awesome. It was like the best experience. And then we were just heading out. We've been there for like solid 8 hours. It was awesome. We were ready to leave. It was high. It was like no good matches left. So I was like, all right. So I was like, all right, we got to drive home the next day. We got to be up early in the morning. So I was like, okay, you know what? We'll just head back. You know, it was awesome being here. And then we walked past the Scuff booth. And I was trying to convince my dad earlier to let me get a Scuff. But he was like, no, I'm not paying $200 for a controller. And me and Blake wanted one really bad, but I understood they were like $200. I was like, okay. And whenever my dad came back and picked us up, he's like, hey, you guys want to pick out a Scuff? I was like, what? No way. He's like, yeah, I got a really smoking deal. We bought 2 Scuffs. He bought me one, and then Blake's dad gave him money to buy Blake one. But it was like $120 each, which is like $80 off, which is absolutely crazy. Like, that's unheard of. Like, buying a brand new Scuff for $120, that is crazy. But we ended up getting them, and I was super hyped. I got the Denial Scuff. I was going to get an Optic one, but they were all sold out, so it kind of sucked. But I didn't even care what team was on it. I liked Denial at the time because I was kind of a Denial fanboy too with Attach and Clayster. Whenever they won COD Champs, I was kind of fanboying, but I was like, you know what, we'll get Denial. Because I wasn't a big TK fan, and that's the only other one that they had left. So I was like, all right, I'm just going to get Denial. I'm not buying TK. Screw that. Let's get this Scuff. And so we walked out. 2 scuffs. We walked back to the hotel. On the road home, we ended up watching Optic play FaZe in the finals. Optic ended up winning, getting that gold medal, and so that was super cool. It was awesome watching it, but that was honestly my favorite experience ever in my life. I'm really thankful I was able to go to it because honestly it was just a great experience, and I'm really fortunate to be able to go to those kind of, because as you guys know, I'm a huge COD fan and I just love Call of Duty. So it's great to see all my favorite players and YouTubers go and watch them. So it's just an awesome experience. Getting the t-shirt, the hat, the autographed hat, all the pictures with everyone, the scuff. It was just an amazing experience and I'm super grateful for it. So thank you guys for watching this video. If you guys did enjoy, please leave a like. Comment down below if you guys want to see videos like this, like cut comms in the future. Please leave a comment down below. Any video suggestions, and subscribe for more content. And I'll see you guys in the next video. Peace out.